Let's imagine this scenario for just one moment. Let's say that you're a hardworking Embry-Riddle University student, which all of you are, and you have a 15-page research paper due the next morning, as well as a science test that you haven't even studied for yet. It's already past midnight, and all you can think about is bed, but you have to stay up all night to finish this task. So what do? Well, if you're anything like me, you're going to reach for that nearest caffeinated beverage to help you stay alert and keep you awake through the night. Hi everyone, my name is Nate Fishburne, and today I want to talk to you guys about caffeine and its effect on our minds and bodies. I'll also briefly touch over a few alternatives to caffeine for those of you who wish to reduce its intake or completely eliminate caffeine from your diets. But first, let's talk about what caffeine is and how we consume it. Caffeine is a naturally occurring substance in nature. It's found in some examples of where it's found is in tea leaves, cocoa leaves, coffee beans, and cola nuts. Caffeine has been consumed for centuries. The earliest recorded history of caffeine dates back to 3000 BC when a Chinese emperor dropped tea leaves into his boiling hot water and made tea. Today, caffeine is found in many of our foods and beverages. Coffee, soda, tea, chocolate, energy drinks, medicine. Those are all a few examples of products that contain caffeine. Caffeine is classified as a drug because of its psychoactive properties. It stimulates the central nervous system and alters an individual's cognitive behavior. Now that we know what caffeine is and how we consume it, let's get into what it actually does to our bodies. Caffeine is absorbed in the stomach and intestine. Peak blood levels of caffeine are seen around 45 to 60 minutes after ingestion. You guys are all aware of the stimulating effects of caffeine, but not too many people are aware of the physiological effects. Some of the effects include increased blood pressure, increased heart rate, increased pulse rate, and increased stomach acid production. Those are just a few of the examples. I didn't go over all of them. These effects are usually temporary, but they're totally dependent on an individual's sensitivity to caffeine. An individual's sensitivity to caffeine depends on body mass, their history of caffeine use, stress, and other factors such as age, smoking habits, and direct physical health. High intakes of caffeine are bad for anybody. This usually includes up to 500 milligrams or more a day. Some effects of high caffeine intake are insomnia, restlessness, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, abnormal heart rhythm, anxiety, and irritability. Now, caffeine withdrawal is another symptom of overdosing on caffeine. Individuals who consume caffeine on a daily basis will experience withdrawal symptoms. These symptoms include headache, tiredness, mood swings, jittery feelings, and difficulty concentrating. As you can see, excessive caffeine intake can cause some serious problems. However, there are plenty of alternatives for those of you who wish to reduce their caffeine intake or completely eliminate it from their diet. The simplest way to eliminate or reduce caffeine intake is just to avoid it. There's plenty of drinks that don't have caffeine in them. Clear colas, root beer, orange soda, no caffeine at all. Decaffeinated tea or coffee, they have caffeine in them, but much, much less than regular coffee or tea. B vitamins are good for the energy effects, and you can't beat good rest and a balanced diet. For those of you who think that they need that cup of joe, try getting some adequate rest. That's always good for your body, as well as a balanced diet. All right, to conclude, caffeine is the world's most consumed drug. It's found in a lot of our foods and drinks. It's a very powerful stimulant, and it's best used in moderation. There are plenty of alternatives to caffeine if you guys want to cut back on this consumption. But there's nothing wrong with drinking. There's nothing wrong with using caffeine. I drink coffee every morning, but just remember, do not go over 500 milligrams a day. Well, thank you guys for watching, And I hope you guys learned some interesting facts about caffeine. And I'll see you later. Thanks.